Welcome everyone to this month's new moon reading. This new moon is on Saturday the 27th of August. This new moon is in Virgo, an earth sign with analytical and perfectionism traits. It's ruled by Mercury, which is about communication, intellect and reason. Now, new moons are the perfect time to dream, to look at what you want. Ideas, inspirations come more easily now. Get clear on which ones you would like to manifest. It's a time of thinking and planning. Make a list of your dreams and your intention. It's a time to ask yourself questions and to set intentions. Now, please remember to watch for your rising sign first, as I will be covering the houses that this new moon falls in. Then watch for your sun and moon signs as you're drawn to. Remember, these are general messages and they will not resonate with everyone. I hope you enjoy these readings and they help you in your next 4-week cycle. Let's get started. Welcome Scorpio to your new moon reading for the month of August. Now, if you're a rising sign Scorpio, this new moon falls in your 11th house, which is ruled by Uranus, and it influences groups, friends, networking, your goals and inspirations, your hopes and wishes, and also anything to do with the internet. So if you're a social media kind of thing. So let's have a look at what messages Spirit would like to give you for this new moon. What messages do you have for Scorpio for this new moon? Sorry, did I say full moon? I'm not quite sure. I've been saying that a bit actually. The 7 of Cups. Actually, that's very appropriate because part of this, if you are a rising sign, part of this new moon in your 11th house is your hopes and wishes. And here you kind of have your dreams, your hopes and wishes. Which one will you pick? What messages do you have for Scorpio Spirit for this new moon in Virgo? Thank you. I'll grab this one. Beautiful. What messages do you have for Scorpio Spirit for this new moon in Virgo? Oh, that one doesn't want to, didn't want to go. And I'll pick this one under here. Okay, Scorpio, let's have a look what Spirit wants to tell you. I'll just grab the energies. Okay, Scorpio, let's get started. So your first card is the Balsamic Moon, and it says a time for healing. And there's such a gentle energy with this card. Very, very healing, but very gentle. And I feel like you've possibly been through a few challenges, and especially with this full moon in Cancer card, a personal issue reaches resolution. And I feel like you're really entering this, I want to say quiet time. Definitely a quiet space. I feel really calm in this reading, really nurtured, and that's probably because I see this abundance card. It always reminds me of the Empress in the Tarot. And there's just such a gentle, nurturing, a feeling in your reading. And it feels good. There's going to be something at this new moon, or maybe a little bit after. Everybody's timeline is a little bit different. And I get the word relief. You're just going to be relieved about something. Something's going to come to a good conclusion, a good resolution that is going to have you sighing with relief. That's kind of the really feeling that I get. And it's going to put you in this space of calm, healing. And when I say healing, I feel like the healing you're going to be doing is the realization how sometimes, you know, things can happen in our outside world and our minds grab hold of them and really turn molehills into mountains. You know, often it's us that we get caught up in the drama of it, or we get caught up in the anxiety, in the unknown of the situation. And in order to protect ourselves, our ego would generally paint the scenario fairly black. It kind of gives you all the worst case scenarios so you can be prepared. But really, more often than not, it's not the case. We don't often end up with the worst case scenario. We end up with something along the spectrum. And our ego does that to protect us. So, you know, we can't, it's not something to be squashed or something to be, you know, fought with. It's something to realize and overcome. And that's where this healing comes in. I feel like you're going to see the way that your mind and your ego ran with this situation, and how if you hadn't gotten caught up in your head about it, it would have almost been a non-issue. It's a very, not a powerful message, but it's a very important message, because we don't often, well, I can almost say we mostly never realize the extent that our thoughts run away from us until we get clarity, until we see, oh wow, I totally overreacted, or I got that negative thought or that worst case scenario thought on this situation and I ran with it. And that's human. We all do that. But I feel, Scorpio, you're coming into that realization. Now, I'm really drawn to, again, if you're a rising sign, this will apply. Because if you're a sun or moon sign, this will be in another house placement. But for you rising Scorpios, I'm really feeling that your goals and your inspiration and your wishes and hopes, I really feel this is playing out in that area. And I feel that it's because of those hopes and dreams, those goals that you have. I think that's why you're coming into this realization, because you want to step up. You want to step into your power. You want to follow a new path, or you at least want to be the one that decides your future. You want to decide your future from a place of power, not from a place of fear. And you know, this is the wounded warrior. This is, you know, you fought your battles, you're tired, but you're still standing there because you feel there's more to come. And your next card is the full moon in Cancer, and it's a personal issue reaches resolution. Now, for some of you, this will play out in your life. This will be a personal issue with others, with work, with anything. Apply it to your situation. But this can also be with you. Your inner dialogue, your inner world. And I'm really called to say, for the majority of you, it will be that. Because for this reading, Scorpio, I'm going to jump ahead a little bit and take you straight to the tarot so that I can come back. But this is you realizing what has been blocking you from stepping into your true power. Now, the Emperor embodies all the kings. He understands how his mind and his thoughts work. He understands how to drive his passions and not let his passions drive him. He understands his emotions. He doesn't get caught up with them, and he doesn't try to block them. He understands them. He allows them to be what is. And he understands how to be in this 3D world. He understands how to bring his ideas and his passions and make them manifest in the world. This is really being in your personal power. This is understanding you at the deepest level. And then with the Nine of Wands, this is you. The Eight of Wands is you defending yourself. The Eight of Wands is you going into battle. You know, it's feeling that you need to explain yourself to others. You're always fighting to get your opinion across. You're fighting to be heard and listened to. You feel misunderstood. And I feel that maybe you've been in that energy and now you find yourself in this Nine of Wands, which is you're tired of doing that. And I feel you're somewhere in between these two stages where you're still standing there ready to defend yourself. But I think you're coming into an understanding of how you don't need to. The Emperor knows his own truth. He also understands that he doesn't need to put that onto other people. So he doesn't need to be right. He doesn't need to defend his opinion. He understands that his opinion is his opinion. And whether people appreciate that opinion or not, it's of no consequence to him. And I feel you're coming into that understanding. Because I feel, Scorpio, that whatever this is, whether it's something to do with somebody else or just a realization, just an issue you've had with your own thoughts and feelings, there's something in that scenario which has a real deep and meaningful lesson behind it. And you're going to see that. And that's going to switch you from this Nine of Wands to the Emperor. You're going to see your worth. And don't worry, Scorpio, if you kind of are sometimes in this energy, sometimes in this energy, and then back in this energy. That's normal. We kind of move in and out as we're learning and we're growing. Allow yourself to make mistakes. Allow yourself to be in that place of healing, that place of becoming more sure of yourself because of what you've just learned. And don't beat yourself up when suddenly you find yourself going, oh, I'm back in this defensive mode. I'm back waiting for comments from people. You know, this is very much for me that, you know, when you know you're going to catch up with people and you know they're going to question you about things or the conversations, and you're already making replies in your head. So when you sit with those people, you've already got a few scenarios that you know what you're going to say. And I feel like you're going to come into that realization, oh, why am I doing this again? Because you're going to come back into the Emperor. And when you're here, don't beat this part of you up. It's you are doing the best you can with the information and with where you are at the moment. And it's perfect. And that's how we grow and learn. Every time we make a little mistake, or every time we slip back into a way of being that doesn't serve us, you know, first of all, we don't see it until after we've done it. And then we get to a point where we realize, you know, we become aware of it while we're actually doing it. And then we get to a point where just before we go to do that thing or say that thing, we're like, oh, I was going to do that again. And we stop ourselves. And then we get to a point where it's no longer part of our life and we just don't do it. We don't even have to consciously think about it. So allow yourself that growing process. Allow yourself that healing process. And I'm going to bring these two together, Scorpio. So we have the beautiful abundance card and we have the Seven of Cups. Now in your reading today, Scorpio, I'm viewing this Seven of Cups as all your hopes and wishes. And then we have the abundance card. And I think, Scorpio, you have these hopes and dreams and goals that you want to achieve. And I get the feeling that you've even got clarity, or you're getting clarity on how to actually manifest them, what steps you can take to actually bring them into the world. And the abundance card is here twofold. One, to say the dreams and goals that you have come from such a place of healing and love and authenticity that you cannot not be abundant. It just naturally will bring you abundance. And the other side of the abundance card is that nurturing, that giving and receiving of love, of light, of compassion, friendship, kindness, all those gentle energies. And they're gentle, but they're so powerful, and they have such a way of impacting our world in such a profound way. This card is just beautiful. And I love, there's a little rabbit here looking up at her. There's the fox. The animals are just there. There is such an energy of nurturing, comfort. Everybody being comfortable with where they're at. Where once you felt so uncomfortable with the people around you because of these hopes and dreams that you were trying to do, now you're comfortable to speak your truth in a gentle way. You don't have to change anybody's mind. You don't have to make anybody follow you. Those that are aligned with you will naturally be there with you. And that's the beauty of stepping into your power and stepping into your authenticity, is those that are not aligned will just fall away, and those that are aligned will be drawn to you. And that's not just people, that's situations as well, opportunities. A beautiful new moon reading for you, Scorpio. I'm going to leave you with those messages. Love and light, my friends. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.